Hi, I'm Brad Sugars, and these are the Business Basics. Welcome. In fact, today we're going to be talking more of money basics, really, and that is about investing. And not what it is that gets people investing, but what it is that stops people investing. You know, everyone has their excuses or their reasons or basically some people are in a state of denial about why they're not investing. Most come up with excuses like, oh, I don't have enough to invest. Oh, I can't live on the money I've got now. Look, there's a million reasons to stop investing and to not invest. Let's take a look at some of them. Firstly, habits. The habits people have is one of the big reasons. Smoking habits, stupid habits that people have that stop them being able to afford investing. Turn your habits into rituals. Rituals, by the way, are spelled R-I-C-H-U-A-L-S. If you want to create a great life, you've actually got to do the work to create a great life. And sometimes that means breaking some of the old bad habits that you have that you're playing with. Second reason people don't invest, tradition. You know, if you come from a family that's never actually invested and you come from a background where investing wasn't something that was done, well then you've got to break that tradition and create a new tradition. Sometimes the new traditions you create are going to serve you and your family a whole lot better than some of the old traditions. You know, what we've got to look at here is a very simple thing. I know that when I first started in this life, my goal was to create what I call old money. That is, to be the first or the founding father of future generations of a very wealthy family. For people to be able to look back and see that great-granddad or granddad Brad started this whole thing and has created a new tradition for this family. Next thing that stops people investing, peer pressure. Look, if you're hanging out with people who are poor, they're going to keep you poor. If you're hanging out with people with a poor mindset, they're going to keep you with a poor mindset. Sometimes you've got to start getting with a different group of peers so that you actually get a different level of pressure. What if the peer pressure was for you to actually succeed? What if the peer pressure was for you to actually do better in life? What if the peer pressure was for you to actually start investing and start developing a future wealth for your family? Kind of a neat thing to look at, wouldn't it? Next thing that I notice stops people investing, a lack of knowledge. See, fear, the belief in risk, all of these things come down to people just not knowing what they're doing. If you know what you're doing, you can succeed in this thing called investing. If you know what you're doing, does that mean you're going to have to invest? See, so often I get people come and ask me, oh, Brad, what should I invest in? And I'm quite facetious when I answer, listen, you got to go and invest in a book so you don't have to ask me such a stupid question. The more you read, the more you learn. I mean, there's free TV shows on every day, CNN, Financial News, BBC, Fox News. They're all telling you how to go out there and invest. But you've got to get the magazines and the books and start doing it. Ignorance is a dang expensive experience in life. I mentioned it already, fear. False expectations appearing real is one definition. Let me give you another one. Failure expected and realized. When people go out there expecting to fail, oh, I'm a bit scared about it, you're going to fail, gang. Listen, get the knowledge and make new decisions. Yes, we're going to all have fear. No one has no fear. The fact remains we all have some, just that some of us also have courage and step through our fear as well. It can't let fear get in the way of you investing. Next one, stress. The stress of being concerned with things you can't influence. I still look at the way people react to things, and very simply put, if something is outside of your circle of influence, in other words, if you have no influence over it, why be concerned with it? I guess that's probably, if you went to mothering school, you might have learnt that one, of how to be fearful and concerned over everything. But the reality remains, if you can't impact it, then don't be concerned with it. Next thing, apathy. Apathy, when you look at it, of fear and greed and desire being drivers for people, apathy is often a winner for most people, where they think, oh, well, there's no use giving it a shot. Oh, well, there's not even a use trying. I'm never going to get there. It's never going to happen for me. You know what? If you never start, it never will. Apathy is just one of the key killers to human beings investing in themselves and their future. Next one, pride. Look, sometimes, I remember years ago getting a letter from a gentleman saying, Brad, I'm not sure what I should do with my finances. The kids are in a private school and I have to drive a nice car to drop them off at school and buy them nice clothes, but I'm not getting ahead financially. Look, Take your pride and put it where it fits. You need to get over your ego and become wealthy. Stop trying to look rich. Looking good, going nowhere. That's where the majority of the population is. They're in deep debt. They've got all the latest gadgets. They're renting their... in case you hadn't noticed, it kind of bugs me, that attitude of people, that pride gets in the way of them creating financial futures for their family and themselves. You've got to get to a point where you sit there and say, enough's enough. I don't need to look rich. I'd rather be rich. It takes 10 years of committed action and committed investing and committed learning to get yourself to a point where you develop a level of financial freedom. But do it, follow it, get on there, keep reading, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep taking action. Next one, your identity. Look, if you've defined yourself as, well, I'm just a carpenter and I'll never be rich, if you've given yourself the I am excuses, in other words, you've defined yourself as anything other than successful and rich and capable of doing what you're doing and on the path of getting to that point, well, then that's your challenge that you need to change. Only you can change your own identity. Only you can say, hey, enough's enough. I'm changing my I ams. I am rich. And yeah, the first 1,000, million, 100, however many times you say it, there'll be that little voice on the back of your head going, you're not rich yet? Well, look, you'll get there if you keep moving. The challenge is when you stop moving. Last point, what keeps me investing? Resolve. The resolve to know that my goals and my dreams are important. The resolve to know that if I keep learning, I keep applying, I keep trying, I keep doing, I keep taking action. The resolve to know that I'd rather the discipline than the regret. The resolve to know that if I keep going, I'll get there. If you keep going, you'll get there. Keep learning, keep investing. I'm Brad Sugars, and these are the business and money basics.